Hello friends, welcome back to allornonelaw. Guys, today I'm gonna talk about a very important topic, that's insulin regimen. Insulin regimens. So before starting a discussion on this, I would request you to subscribe to our channel and please do tell your friends about our channel so that they can subscribe. And if you have any topics to be uploaded, please do tell us so that we can upload for you. So let's start a discussion on this. Before starting a discussion on this, I would like to brief you with types of insulin. What are the types of insulins? Okay, so just briefly I'm going to talk about this. And as you know, we have different types of insulins. Like, let me start with the most important. The first one is rapid. Okay, so this is called as a rapid acting insulin. Then we have short acting. Okay, so then we have a short acting. Then we have intermediate acting. Okay, then we have long acting. Then we have another one, that's the new ultra long acting insulin. So we have a different types of insulin, that's a rapid, short, intermediate, long, and new ultra long acting insulins. So let's throw some light on what are rapid acting insulins. So as the name indicates, they act very fast. They act really very fast. So that's why they named it as a rapid acting insulin. Okay, so rapid acting insulins include Lispro, okay, glulazine, and aspart insulin. Then aspart insulin. So these are the three insulins you should remember. One is Lispro, glulazine, and aspart insulin. Regarding this, the peculiarity of these insulins are absorbed more quickly and have a rapid onset of action. As I said before, this is a rapid acting, so they act very fast. So they absorb very quickly and have a rapid onset of action. So it starts its action in 5 to 10 minutes. So really very important that it starts acting in 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, then it reaches what you call a peak about 45 to 75 minutes. Okay, 45 to 75 minutes. Let me tell you, the rapid acting will start action in a 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, 5 to 10 minutes, then reaches the peak. Okay, the peak at 45 to 75 minutes. Okay, and after that, what you call a short duration of action. How long does it gonna act? Is just it will last for 2 to 4 hours. Okay, so this is called as a rapid acting insulins, right? Very good, clear? So it starts acting from the 5 to 10 minutes, peak reaches 45 to 75 minutes, and lasts for 2 to 4 hours. Let's move on to the other, that's the short acting insulin. In a short acting insulin, we have regular insulin. Okay, So very important, try to memorize these things. This is very important. In a rapid acting we have lispro, glulisine and aspart insulin. In a short acting we have a regular insulin. Okay, very important. Now let's see how long does it gonna act and when it's gonna start its action. That's really very important. You should know about the timing is really very important. The short acting insulin, that's a regular insulin, it starts from I forgot to tell you one more thing. That's a regular insulin is also known as, we have a semi-lente insulin. Okay, it's also known as semi-lente insulin. This is really very important. So it's gonna start its action within half an hour. Okay, within half an hour. That's really very important. So regular insulin is gonna start its action within half an hour. Occurs in half an hour. Okay, then it reaches the peak. It reaches the peak in 2.5 to 5 hours. Okay, it's gonna reach in 5 hours, 2.5 to 5 hours. Whereas its duration is gonna be, total duration or how long does it gonna act, is gonna be 4 to 12 hours. Okay, so now you got the idea. The short acting insulin, that is a regular or semi-lente insulin, starts its action from half an hour. Okay, and reaches the peak at 2.5 to 5 hours, and its duration is gonna be 4 to 12 hours. Okay, clear? Okay, that's good. Now let's move on to intermediate acting insulin. Intermediate acting insulin. Okay, intermediate acting insulin. So for this intermediate acting insulin, we have examples like NPH insulin. Very important. Okay, so every insulin whatever we are discussing is really very important. Okay, the NPH insulin, it's a what we call, we have in a crystallized form or something like that. I will try to discuss more details about each insulin in a next video. Okay, hopefully. And let me tell you about the onset of action of NPH, the intermediate acting insulin. Onset of action of this insulin usually starts in 1 to 2 hours, remember. Okay, and the peak it reaches in 4 to 12 hours. Very important. Look at the timing, because the timing of these insulin decides when to give insulin to the patient. Okay, and total duration of this insulin, NPH insulin, is 14 to 24 hours. Okay, onset is gonna be at 1 to 2 hours, peak is gonna be to 4 to 12 hours, and duration is going to be 14 to 24 hours. Got it? That's the NPH, that's the intermediate acting. Now we have a long acting. Okay, long acting insulins includes, we have glargine and detamir. Insulin glargine and insulin detamir. Okay, the two important insulins in a long acting. As you know, the name itself indicates a long acting is nothing but they're gonna act for a longer period, right? Okay, so in this, they're what you call in long acting insulins, they act usually what you call more than 24 hours. Just remember, not exact timings, more than 24 hours. Okay, in some cases it can produce a stable basal serum insulin concentration with single daily injections. Okay, then we have another one is new ultra long acting insulin. Okay, new ultra long acting insulin. In that we have an example of insulin degludec. Okay, insulin degludec, which has a duration of action up to 42 hours. Remember, so these are called as a new ultra long acting insulins. Okay, so this is really very important. Now let's move on to the most important topic that's the video all about is insulin regimen. I'm going to discuss about the common insulin regimens. Okay, common for a type 1 diabetes mellitus. So we have a different types of common insulin regimens. Okay, we have split or a mixed one, then we have split or mixed variant, okay, sorry for that. Then we have MDI, that's known as a multiple daily injections. Multiple daily injections, MDI. Okay, then we have continuous subcutaneous insulin infusion, CSII, continuous subcutaneous insulin infusions. Okay, so these are the four important common insulin regimens. Now let's start a discussion on this. First one is a mixed or a split. Okay, mixed or a split one, right? The mixed or a split variant of common insulin regimen in which we give NPH insulin. Okay, NPH insulin with rapid acting insulin. Rapid acting insulin. What is NPH insulin? NPH insulin is nothing but intermediate acting, right? It's an intermediate acting. It's an intermediate acting insulin, and the rapid acting insulins like Lispro, we have Glulazine, then we have Aspart. Okay, good. Now you should know the timing of the duration of actions of these intermediate acting, as we discussed before in this video, and in a rapid acting, and you also know the timing of the rapid acting insulins. Okay, so this NPH in what you call a mixed or split one, another thing what you can do over here is the NPH with, you can also give regular insulin. Okay, what is a regular insulin? Regular is nothing but a short acting insulin. It starts action within half an hour, right? And lasts for 24 hours. 12 hours, right? Whereas intermediate acting, it's gonna start with 1 hour, peak for 4 to 12 hours, and last for 24 hours, 14 to 24 hours. So in mixed or split one, we have NPH with a rapid or NPH with a regular. Remember? Good. And this insulin is given before breakfast and supper. Remember, this split is given before breakfast. Let me clear the, okay, it's given before the breakfast. Okay, this is your breakfast. Okay, and we have the toast, we have what you call mushrooms, we have Kellogg's, blah 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 blah. Okay, spoon, let me put a spoon over here. Okay, good. So before breakfast, it should be given before breakfast and supper. Remember, supper. Okay, so this is all about the split or a mixed one. Now let's move on to the mixed variant. Mixed variant. The mixed variant in which we give NPH insulin, that is the intermediate acting insulin, with rapid acting or rapid acting or a regular acting this is gonna look similar to the mixed variant or a split split, right? So but this one is a mixed or a variant. We have little changes in this compared to the split or a mixed one before one. That is, it is given, this one is given before breakfast. Okay, before breakfast. Remember, this is given before breakfast. And rapid acting or regular insulin before supper. Rapid acting or regular acting in this regimen, rapid acting or regular acting are given before supper. So this is a slight variant from the split. Did you get me? Yes, before supper. Okay, and NPH is given before bedtime. Okay, before bedtime. Okay, what is the idea over here is to reduce the fasting hypoglycemia by giving NPH later in the evening. That's why what we do in the mixed or a split variant. So this is all about the mixed or a split variant. Sorry, split or a mixed variant. So it's so confusing. The names are so really very confusing to me. Okay, now we have an MDI, multiple daily injections. Okay, the third common regimen what we are going to use here is, in this we're going to use as a long-acting insulin, like we have a glargine and determine, right? Long-acting insulin once a day. Okay, once a day in the morning or evening, or you can even give in the evening. Okay, and rapid acting insulin before meals. Insulin before meals or snacks. Okay, or snacks. This is really very important. Okay, so in multiple daily injections we give long acting. Remember, in a multiple daily insulin regimen, we give injections, we give long acting insulin. We start with the long acting insulin, and that to long acting insulin once a day in the morning or the evening, and the rapid acting insulin before the meals or the snacks. Okay, because with the dose adjusted according to the carbohydrate intake and the blood glucose level. Because we give rapid acting because they start its action very soon, so that's why if the patient is taking snacks and the meals, then we have to give rapid acting insulin. Whereas the long acting will cover whole the day. They act more than 24 hours, that's why. Okay, let's move on to the last one, that is a continuous subcutaneous insulin infusion. Okay, CSII. In this we give rapid acting insulin infused continuously. That's why name itself indicates it is given continuously continuously 24 hours a day through an insulin pump, through insulin pump at one or more basal rates, at one or more basal rates, and V with additional boluses. You can give additional boluses can be given. Okay, the additional boluses given before each meal, before each meal, and correction doses are administered if the glucose level are more or higher. Depending on that, you can adjust the doses of the insulin. So in continuous insulin, subcutaneous insulin infusion, there is a CSII, rapid acting insulin infused continuously for 24 hours a day through an insulin pump at one or more basal rates, with additional boluses given before each meal. Okay, and after that you can correct the doses depending on the monitoring the blood glucose level. So okay, so these are the things what we discussed over here are the types of insulin and the common insulin regimen used in the type 1 diabetes mellitus, right? So before closing a discussion on this, I would like to tell you the two important points about the insulin. Insulin is really very sensitive to heat and exposure. Okay, it's really very sensitive. So once if you open the bottle of insulin, okay, it should not be used more than 28 days. Okay, even if there is some still insulins remained, better to discard them because they lack the effectiveness and you don't get the good results. And even if the patient after taking insulins he has a very bad results of the blood glucose level, it's better to buy a new vials of insulin because the effectiveness of the insulin might be lost while transferring the drugs in the pharmacy. Okay, transferring the drugs in the pharmacy. These are really very important points you should remember. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much for watching this video. Please do not